gentlemen, introducing your host from the birthplace of extreme, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at, well, an average weight for a person of his size, Sean Bell Wilbur. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Bury the Booking podcast, wrestling podcast. And this time we are going to do things a little bit differently. We are going to get into the review of AEW's Full Gear pay-per-view that took place last night. Of course, we record on Sundays. My name is Dell. That is Devin. Devin, how are you, sir?
It's good for a Sunday. Real good for a Sunday.
Yes, definitely. And like I said, we're going to do things a little differently. We usually do our weekend review, but listen, man, I greatly enjoyed Full Gear, and I think it's we can do a little review. We'll probably get into the Survivor Series review next week as well. So because we got some hot event action back to back weekends. So let's take this thing from the top. First and foremost, Full Gear, AEW's Full Gear offering. How did you enjoy Full Gear? This was your first Full Gear, right?
Yeah, this is my first one. All
right.
I'm moving the mic over. Yeah, very first Full Gear. Long. Jesus Christ, these events are long. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, AEW's they're still find their footing with a good, not fatiguing their audience.
But I was cool. Like it dipped, picked back up, dipped, shot for the moon, stayed up at the moon for a while. It was a good event.
Yeah, it was a good show. Actually, one of my favorite AEW pay-per-views of the year. This one was fantastic wrestling show. Sometimes it's not always the setups, as we talked about before, for AEW pay-per-views and the matches and things like that. They're not usually the best. Sometimes they come up super last minute. They throw some things at the wall, and we're like, okay. Although we know we're going to get a good in-ring product, we don't get that whole package. We don't get the story leading into the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And and we don't get the whole thing here. And I think this one, for the most part, each match had some type of setup, had something going on that we've seen play out on TV, and I think it made it better. So it made the atmosphere, and it made the show feel bigger because we seen the stakes, we seen the things that were going on TV, and I think AEW just needs to do more of that. Hopefully they can do more of that. Hopefully they can develop more traction, get some more people watching, and I think that's the way you do it. You got to cast a wider net, as we continue to talk about, but you also have to have moving parts. You have to set up these things. You can't just assume that we know that XYZ is going to happen. This is going to be a great match. We know we're going to get those things, but you got to rope people in with storytelling, and you got to give us the whole thing. And I think AEW Full Gear did give us that. So let's just start with the important thing here. And the main thing throughout the night was the world title match. Towards the end of the show, our main event of the evening was going to be MJF defending the AEW Championship against Jay White. And this thing started in the beginning at 0 hour when MJF was set to defend the Ring of Honor tag team titles against the Guns. How did you I think you predicted some things here for this one.
Yeah. First, I was excited to Joe.
Yes.
Got to get in the ring with him, which I knew was going to happen. It had to be Joe.
It had to be Joe. Yeah.
I knew well, not I didn't know, but I was anticipating that MGF and Joe would retain the tag team championships. I didn't. I really wasn't feeling win by submission, but
Okay.
you know, I'm a big fan of Samoa Joe,
Oh yeah.
and he was good. I love his fadeaway walk. Love that. You know,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
like,
yeah.
nah, it's not
Joe,
happening.
yeah. Joe's been nonchalantly walking away from people's aerial attacks for years now, for a
And I
long, long time.
and I think that some people don't realize that's going to happen.
Yeah,
Like I've seen some
yeah. It's
where
just
it's like, wait a
they're
minute,
expecting to land on something.
and he just walks away. So it was entertaining nonetheless.
Yeah. And the story here also, we got we got an Adam Cole sighting. Adam Cole was definitely here,
Yeah.
definitely on the show, and I wasn't 100% expecting that. So, and that definitely wove all the way into the Full Gear show, and I think I think it paid off. I think it
Mhm.
paid off pretty well.
Now, his is this injury, Adam Cole? Is this injury severe?
Yeah, it's so. Here's the thing: as the night played on, I was like, "Is this motherfucker hurt?"
I think so, cause he ain't
Like,
engaged.
right. So like I like when it initially happened, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's not a work. He's hurt.
Yeah.
And then, everybody's like, "Oh, well, what if it isn't? Like
Mm.
what if they're swerving the hell out of us and this is just the best done one?" I'm like, I don't think so. I'm like, "Nah, I think he's legit. I think Adam Cole's legit hurt."
No, cause
But
he's got a real
yeah.
orthopedic boot on.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so he's had surgery. So his foot's been worked on.
yeah.
But like and it made me doubt it a little bit as the night played on, but we'll talk about
Yes.
that. Um, After the match, though, we had the attack on MJF by the Guns, where they attacked the leg. They just went at him, trying to immobilize him, trying to take him out of the main event. I'm sure by the direction of Jay White, and we had MGF getting taken away, getting put in the back of the ambulance.
There was
Adam
nothing in
Cole's
an
coming out.
ambulance.
No, I mean
There
it's
was no
wrestling.
supplies. The
It's
ambulance
wrestling.
didn't have. You can't make some fake plates, some emergency vehicle plates or something.
It's wrestling.
Why you going out the riding lights and sirens out of the building?
They've been
It was way too much.
they've the
Like,
ambulance spot.
Adam.
Yeah. So we had the ambulance spot. MJF's getting put in the back of the ambulance. Adam Cole's back there, of course. He's pleading with Adam Cole, "Don't let them take my championship. Don't let them take my championship." And Adam Cole's trying to figure some shit out, but he's like, "Yeah, I promise," but
Why would you promise? Why would you promise?
why would you promise that when you what are you gonna do?
Like, you injured, dude.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Like, what is this? But that was the main story of 0 Hour, of course, and this led us into Full Gear, the Full Gear pay-per-view itself. So let's just take it from the top as the show opened, and the show opened in a big one. We had the 6-man tag it opened with. We had Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland versus Luchasaurus, Nick Wayne, and Christian Cage. What'd you think about this one?
First off, you don't attack the nature boy.
Yeah, so we get this story here. We got Ric Flair out there. Ric Flair came out, debuted in the Philly show where we were at, and made mention that he wanted to be with Sting every step of the way in terms of Sting's retirement and Sting, when Sting gets his send off at Revelation. But Ric Flair's out here, and like you said,
what the fuck? First off, I don't know what I see the whole Adam Copeland thing going on with the face paint and shit like that, but he looked ridiculous. He looked
so
ridiculous.
it was, it was they came out with the trifecta of bats and
like matching
black
young
and
ladies.
So Darby, of course, Darby always has his face paint. Sting always has his face paint, and then
this
just
poser,
a show of solidarity. What better way to show you're part of the team?
I'm not going to get on this
side.
Adam Copeland bandwagon. I'm not doing it.
You're out.
I'm not doing it. No.
But
rated R superstar.
This match was good. This match was this match was really, really good. Sting, of course. I mean, dude, for a career that is winding down, he's still out there doing work, which is, it's a testament, man.
It's good that he was out there. At least he was out there doing something. Christian Cage, he really disappointed me.
He doesn't have to do much of anything, and he shouldn't. You got two very capable lackeys, and of course you don't want to mix it up with Adam. You want to keep that. You want to build that tension there. You're like, oh man, this is, we're gonna get this like crazy showdown. We're gonna get this big pay-per-view fight between Christian and Adam Copeland. It's like, no, that's not, that's not what this is, and that's not what it's going to be.
No,
Christian had a lot of opportunity to put space between himself and Adam Copeland, and that's exactly what happened here. They give you a little taste, like, okay, they're on opposing sides, but you're not going to get you're not going to get that one-on-one fight, or even that one-on-one type of moment there. Like, they give you just a little bit, but that's definitely on the far end there, and they got tons of time to build up to an actual one-on-one match between Copeland and Cage there. But
he just left in the middle of the match.
Fuck it, why not?
He just walked that way.
Done.
Wait, where's he going?
Go on. I'm done.
Is it?
He did. He felt the need to leave. He didn't need to be there anymore. but at the end of here, Sting and company get the win here, with Sting getting the pin. I mean, at this point, Sting's winding down, and Darby made sure he let everybody know.
He did. He told everybody to shut up.
And look, it's like, it's the Sting's last time, and here, and got the standing ovation. Sting's son was out there, and it was definitely a feel good moment. Very good opening match. I didn't know what match they were going to open with, but that was one that people definitely did want to see. So I felt like that was a really good opening with Sting and company winning. I think when we were talking before, I think we said that we thought Christian and company were going to win, but
yeah,
I mean the way it happened, and it's fine. It's fine. Sting can get some wins on his way, on his way towards retirement. So after that, we had the segment with Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone making the announcement very early on in the show that MJF was injured, and that MJF was not going to be able to defend the AEW World Heavyweight Championship later on in the night. Jay White is out there, of course. Jay White's like, well, might as well just give me the championship, because a champion can't defend it. So
right? He already there.
Hey, you might as well just hand the belt over. He is in possession of the title anyway. So
Yeah,
what the hell is the difference, right? But
it's mine.
this brings Adam Cole out. Adam Cole comes out on crutches, and pretty much he says he's going to be filling in, and he's going to defend the AEW World Championship against Jay White for MJF in the main event. How did this get cleared?
I don't know.
Like storyline wise,
I
who
think they
just
just
says, yeah, who's just like, all right, yeah, sure, a man who clearly just came off of surgery and can't do anything on the foot is going to defend a world title against your for your hottest star. The fuck does that happen?
well, when you ain't got nothing else better to do and you just trying to rush it. I think that's
Like,
what happened.
who okayed this? Why did Tony Khan say, all right, yeah, sure, you go out there and defend the title on
I
one
don't.
leg?
I don't think he's the smartest of individuals.
There's several arguments to be made about that aspect of things.
Yeah.
So the match was signed though. We got a main event, which is going to be Adam Cole, injury and all, defending the AEW World Heavyweight Championship for MJF against Jay White. So we had that to look forward to. After that, we went into Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley for the International Championship.
Mm-hmm.
This was a really good one.
Yes.
This was a really, really, really good match. Any standout for you? Any standout spots? Any standout moments? I mean, Jon Moxley bled, but I mean, when doesn't he?
Yeah. The last time they faced each other, this shit was all split open.
He bleeds. It's just what Jon Moxley does. He
Yeah.
bleeds getting into the ring.
I wasn't expecting. I really wasn't expecting Moxie to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I was not.
Mm-hmm.
But it was entertaining. It was.
Yeah.
It was very for what it was. It was very entertaining. Um, I don't like Orange Cassidy's whole orange juice.
Okay. You don't like the gimmick.
No, no, no.
You don't
He
like
he
the
better than that.
you don't like the slacker gimmick.
No, he better. He much better than
I mean,
that.
but this match was the contrast. Was actually the
Yeah.
match was a part of Orange Cassidy's character. It's like this unassuming, lazy, degenerate type guy, and when pushed, when get put in that moment, like he delivers
Yeah, he damn sure
outstanding
delivered.
matches, and this was a really good match. This is one of my favorite Orange Cassidy matches in AEW that he's had. And interesting that you did say you were surprised that Orange Cassidy won. I was also a little surprised because due to the fact that we weren't even really supposed to be here at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Moxley gets injured, essentially lost the title because he was unable to compete, handing it over to Ray Phoenix, who was never supposed to be international champion. Then Orange Cassidy getting it back, and the usually with Tony Khan, speaking about decisions that Tony Khan makes, he usually stays the course on things that he had in play. So clearly, Jon Moxley was supposed to be his international champion
Okay.
for a little bit of time here, and the assumption with everybody here was that, all right, well, in this match, Jon Moxley's cool. Jon Moxley's clear. There's no issues. There's no, debating whether or not he's going to be able to wrestle this match. He's clearly going to win this belt because that was the plan. Orange Cassidy was not supposed to be international champion. This was supposed to be Jon Moxley's time. So now it's time for, the ship to be righted, and Jon Moxley gets the title as he was intended to. But this was a big switch up. Right now, Orange Cassidy, I think, can benefit a lot from beating Jon Moxley here. There's also a little bit of shock, like, damn, Orange Cassidy actually did win this match. So it's not just going right back to main plans that it usually is in terms of, the way AEW sets up their stories and things. They don't really deviate a lot from like the main path here, and that right there showed a little, a little bit of a little bit of movement there. So they're riding a hot
Mm.
hand with Orange Cassidy, and I think that was a good decision there, because Orange Cassidy losing the title so fast, and especially being his last run with the international championship was monumental. Like, he was defending the title over and over again, and he was building his name and building the legacy of that championship. So I think having him beat Moxley puts Orange Cassidy back on that trajectory of being one of those guys. So I think it was a good idea to have Orange Cassidy retain this championship here and remain as the international champion. And it doesn't hurt Moxley at all.
No.
Nothing. And of course, John Moxley will probably get the title back at some point, or some facet, or
Okay, that
whatever.
makes more. That makes a lot more sense.
So we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, it was a very good match though between the two. The series of orange punches that, that Moxley was eating for quite a while, and then was Orange Cassidy was able to pull out the win and retain the title. So again, good match there. Next up, we had Hikaru Shida defending the AEW Women's World Heavyweight Championship against Timeless Tony Storm.
There were some things about this.
Talk to me, David. How do you feel?
I get what Tony Storm is trying to do. I get that. That's fine. No problem. First, okay, I got three things. I'm jumping the gun.
Okay.
Shida beating a dude with the kendo stick. Awesome.
Yes.
We need more of that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Why did Tony Storm take her shoe off? Shida's shoe?
That's what she does, man. She's
weird shit.
She attacks with shoes.
Then,
hey, watch for the shoe. She says, watch for the shoe.
Forget the shoe.
We're getting other things.
That metal plate. I'm too close to the mic. I'm sorry. That metal plate that she stuck in her ass and nobody saw that. The ref's face was right there. And you don't see this huge metal plate sticking out her ass.
You're not supposed to be looking at that. He's at work.
I'm sorry.
He's at work. The man's at work. He can't. He's not.
I'm like, first I thought she was going to use hide the metal plate to like smack her in the head
right,
with it or something.
Right. Yeah. Initially, yes.
Not to be a butt shield.
I mean, she, one of her signatures is a hip attack.
Yeah.
So, but this was a loaded hip attack, so to speak.
That was wild. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? First I was like, I can't be watching the same show. I thought something was wrong with my video. I can't be watching the same show. This is not happening. So yeah, this is what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. But ending here, clearly, Timeless Tony Storm is now a 3-time AEW Women's World Champion, ending another reign for Hikaru Shida. And damn it, Shida just can't have lengthy title reigns. I like Shida, I really do.
Yeah.
But it seems like a lot of times with Shida, she's just like in that transitional phase where she's holding the title for someone to win it back, or for someone to win it, and that kind of sucks. One day we'll get
as long as the check's clear.
Yeah, we'll get the reign Sheeta's supposed to have. She had the one during the pandemic, but but right now it is Tony time, as they say. As new AEW Women's Champion, we have Mariah May came out, gave her flowers, and looks like we're gonna take off with her having a understudy of sorts with her butler and servant Luther. After that, we got the segment with Eddie Kingston. Very interesting things said by Eddie Kingston here, getting into that Continental Classic saying that he's going to not only be a part of it, but he's going to be upping the stakes and defending both his New Japan and Ring of Honor championship every match that he's wrestling in the tournament.
He's crazy.
Yes, that's
Cause,
that's
cause he
where I
beat
got. That's what
yeah,
I
cause he
got from
beat
this.
Lethal
Right.
in
Mm-hmm.
the beginning.
Right. Yep. For he defended the Ring of Honor championship
Cause
against Jay
he's cool with
Lethal.
Ortiz now.
Right. But yeah, like so, and also he said, whoever wins the tournament is going to be a Triple Crown champion. So are we making another title
Why
here?
not?
It says the Continental Championship. So we're just going to have another championship. I mean, it's a lot of titles in AEW. There's a lot of titles, especially you got the bleed over with Ring of Honor. There's like 700 championships in this
Everybody
company.
wants a belt.
Right, but
Trust me, if I was in AEW, I want my own belt.
and
I would.
but the prestige in being a champion is that everyone can't be a champion.
Well,
It's like everybody's a champion.
that's
Everybody
not
can't be a
A.
champion.
That's not how AEW does things.
Yeah, I
Everybody
see.
get a belt. You get a belt. You get a belt. You get a belt.
We got the international championship. We're gonna have continental championship. We got the New Japan Strong because of the partnership. But Eddie Kingston right now has that, but I mean it's not an AEW championship. But the Ring of Honor World Championship, you could say, is an AEW championship because Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor, so that goes back and forth. The Ring of Honor tag team titles was defended on the show. The Women's World Championship, the TBS title, the TNT title, the AEW Tag Team titles, the Trios Championships, the Ring of Honor Trios Championships, the Ring of Honor Television title, the AEW World title. There's like 500 championships.
But we need them all.
but, but but we need them all.
That's it. We need all of them.
Speaking of the championships and titles, we had a title match, which was a 4-team ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. We had Kings of the Black Throne, House of Black, Malachi, and Brody King. We had LFI, FTR, Big Bill, and Ricky Starks in this ladder match. How did you like this 4-team ladder match for the titles?
I need more ladder matches in my life. I do. I'm like, wow. I can't. Who was he? What was he? I think he was through LFI. My man jumped off the jump. First, my man was laying on a. I'm sorry, I don't remember everybody's names.
Are you talking about Drilistico?
Was that who he was who jumped off the jump? What boy was laying on the ladder? I can't remember nobody. It was a lot.
There was a lot going on. There was a lot of spots,
but
here.
It was like I was so intrigued and so excited over the fact, like nothing. There was something going on everywhere you looked.
Everywhere, yes.
Everywhere you looked, there was something happening. Does AEW need new cameramen? Yes.
Yes, they
Please.
do. They do.
Your camera game is
not it, and it. We've been around for several years now. AEW, like we got to be able to catch essential things, essential spots in matches. Come on, we got to have these things.
Stop hiring your nephew.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what you're doing. You're hiring your nephew, giving him a job, and he's not doing what he needs to at all.
Yeah, we're still missing very important spots in matches, and we may or may not see that spot in a replay. Sometimes they'll try to be like, oh well, let's show you in a replay what happened, but I should have seen it the first time. The cameraman should have caught the shit.
Fuck it, right? It's hard when you're trying to enjoy something, and
I'm staring down the gullet of a fan for no reason at all.
I try not to be upset because I'm not a cameraman. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we don't know the struggle. We don't know the struggle.
how heavy those cameras are, or anything like
Might
that.
have woke up
But
with a stiff neck. He's got a little issue, shoulder problems. We don't
right,
know.
we don't know.
At the end of the day, that cameraman is a person and he has ailments just like we do.
But get it the
So,
fuck together.
yeah, exactly. That being said, I don't get paid to do that. You get
No,
paid to do it. You get paid to
exactly.
show me. You get paid to show me shit. Show me
See,
shit.
if I don't do my job, people die. You need to do your
Likewise.
job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people
Come
die.
on. Your job is to point and shoot, and you fucking that up.
Get it together. But the crazy spot for me was Brody King's Gonzo bomb on the ladder. Like just like he like power drove, essentially like picked up and bombed power drove Jalisco on the
Yes,
ladder across the.
yes,
Yeah, that was
that was
crazy.
awesome.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
remember
but no,
that.
I greatly enjoyed this match also, and I think the right outcome happened. I think Ricky and Bill retaining the titles. I think that was a
Mm.
good call. I mean, I would have liked House of Black to win, especially with what we're about to get into. But I mean, I can see it hopefully happening at a later time. But Big Bill and Ricky Starks right now keeps them hot, keeps them relevant, keeps them doing things. Especially with Ricky Starks, he was out there on fire. He was doing crazy shit out there. Like he was just hitting on all cylinders. But the match ended with Ricky Starks and Big Bill retaining the AEW Tag Team titles in that ladder match.
Yeah, yeah.
Next up, we had the triple threat match for the TBS title. We had two women's matches on an AEW pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget about that. AEW is doing big things in women's wrestling right now. They are crushing it in women's wrestling. We got two matches on a pay-per-view. We had two women's championships decided on a AEW pay-per-view. Can you believe it?
It ain't gonna last.
Nah, they were
They gonna
probably gonna
mess
go
it
right
up.
back to they're going right
Yeah,
back
they
to
gonna mess it up.
that.
They're gonna mess it all up. They're gonna lose all that steam. People are excited.
Yeah, and then
And
it'll
they
go
gonna,
away. But we had Chris Statlander defending her TBS championship against Sky Blue and against Julia Hart. How did you feel about this match?
I thought, well, Statlander came out hitting hard,
Yes.
hitting real hard.
Yeah.
But the way they've been giving Julia Hart all this attention,
Mm-hmm.
I know what's going to her. I know she's gonna win it.
Yeah, I think it was either yeah, it was kind of time.
Yeah.
Um, like I could have seen Chris Statlander retaining, but I always envisioned Sky Blue getting pinned. Like I didn't like you're not gonna like if Statlander retained, you're not gonna pin Julia Hart, and you're not gonna pin Statlander if Julia won. So
Yeah.
but yeah, no, this matchup, I actually really enjoyed this match.
Yes.
They gave
Yeah.
Chris Statlander a lot. She was out there showing that she was a fighting and proven champion. Just she was, taking on both women for a while. She was in control of the triple threat match. And, towards the end, she was still in control of the match. She was just wrong place at the wrong time. The match saw her dumping Sky Blue on her head and
Right?
going for the pin, but in going for the pin, Julia Hart just kind of knocked her right out of the way and
Just weaseled in.
just weaseled in and pretty much essentially stole the match and the TBS championship. So we have a new TBS champion in Julia Hart, which is like I said, look, they've been giving Julia Hart a lot of attention. She has a very stellar win-loss record in AEW, and it looks like they have a lot of plans for her, which is not bad. Like you
Yeah.
said, more Julia Hart on TV means hopefully more House of Black on TV, which is a good thing. After that, we had Tony Schiavone's announcement of the newest signing in AEW, and this pretty bad secret. This is a pretty worst kept secret over the past couple of days. When they first announced it, it was like, oh, who could it be? Will it be this person? Will it be that person? The rumors started. We even had CM Punk rumors.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it
Yeah.
or not, we were like, oh, CM Punk's gonna re-sign with AEW. But and then they there was a couple of rumors of Dolph Ziggler and things like that. But I think it's still, though, not a belief, but Ziggler's still, his 90-day no compete clause is still active, so it wasn't like he was going to be signing from the WWE release. And everybody was thinking, oh, will it be Will Ospreay? Could it be Will Ospreay? And then all the other reports coming out about WWE wanting to make a play for Ospreay and this and that, but all in all, Will Ospreay is all elite after his run with New Japan finishes, which I think is a real benefit to AEW. The fact that they were able to scoop up Will Ospreay while they have this working relationship with New Japan. I mean, clearly, it's AEW and New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
They have this partnership that is doing great business. So you can talk to Will Ospreay at leisure, at your leisure. So they were able to score that, and he said, just hold on. He said, let him finish up with New Japan, and he will be all ours, so to speak, and all elite. So we have that to look forward to. So Will Ospreay is, or will be, officially in AEW once he finishes his New Japan run. So it's a big win for AEW. Big win. Next up, I'm going to have you lead this one off here. We talked off of the pod about this one. You were very adamant about about your enjoyment of this one. I'm going to give the beginning of this away to you, my friend. The Texas Death Match between Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page. Your thoughts?
First off, Strickland, he should have had this type of energy a long time ago. You waited all this time to feel this level of anger after this man broke into your house and abused your baby.
Oh yeah,
Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
So, first off, you're not gonna staple my body. That was wild.
It was very wild.
Like he was bleeding from them staples.
It was very
and then
wild.
when my man Swerve, he picked it up and he started stapling himself. I'm like, your check ain't that big. Like you're not getting paid like that.
Listen, Swerve Strickland is a mother effing star. AEW, like, if it wasn't strapped to his back, rocket Swerve Strickland to the top. Do this.
Well, it's hard, because you got finger painting stapled to your face. Like,
yeah, it was wild, man. So the match jumped off. Swerve had a great superstar entrance. Came out, crowd swerving when they drive. Everything's going good. And then Hangman was like, fuck entrances. I'm just going to go in here and just start this match and attack him. Like you said, that energy should have been the energy we got directly after the home invasion. Directly after the home invasion. Don't wrestle matches. Don't go out there and have a 6-man tag with your boys. It's time to go. The man was in your house. The man cut a promo on your baby. Man threw merchandise into the baby crib. What the hell are we doing?
And the level he was at, like Hangman was at a level of I'm pissed.
Yes.
I'm gonna drink blood.
That happened. Let's talk about that real quick.
Okay, 1 second. Let me crack a fresh beverage open before we
before we talk about this one.
Woo.
Yeah, so Swerve split open. Swerve is bleeding. He there is
profusely.
yes, it is the proverbial crimson mask, so to speak, that Swerve Strickland was covered in, just blood just pouring down his face. And there was a spot in this match where Hangman was in control, and Hangman grabbed Swerve's head and proceeded to get on his back. So Hangman got on his back and hovered Swerve's head over his face and open mouth so he could drink Swerve's blood. That shit was wild.
I'm not used to that. You know what I mean? As a medical professional, I don't advise that.
So don't do that. Don't go around drinking blood.
Bloodborne pathogens and things of that nature. You know, there's a lot of things that can happen to you people if you drink human blood. It is not healthy. You know, there's is this that I had to pause it and get my shit together. Like, why are we doing this?
What did I just see?
Like, on TV, your ratings aren't low. Y'all it was packed, sold out. You didn't need that. You didn't need that shock factor of you drinking another man's blood. I just didn't know how to react.
But look, they definitely set the tone for this Texas Death Match.
Oh, yeah.
because the winning stakes for AEW's Texas Death Matches are knockouts or submissions. So essentially, either a submission or a last man standing situation where you can't answer the 10 count. So that was the stip here. But yeah, they got to some nasty business, as you talked about. Hangman was stapling his kid's finger paintings on Swerve's face and
his
body and his cheeks. It was ridiculous.
The moonsault with the barbed wire
chair,
man.
Oh, so I've seen things like very rarely do I go, oh, that's not good.
Yeah,
like just the way like the barbed wire hit Swerve. This was a bloody violent match, and this one stole the show.
The only thing that I didn't really like was the center block.
Okay, yeah, the center block spot. So there was a take back to Keith Lee and Swerve before, where he did the stomp on Keith Lee's chest with the center block. So I'm not a huge fan of that either. Kind of takes you out of it a little bit, but
yeah, because I know what a center block is.
Yeah, so it takes you out of it a little bit, but yeah, the glass spot.
What was Swerve doing? You put glass on the man back, and then you flip on top of the glass.
So Swerve pulls out a bag of glass and puts the glass on Hangman's back, and then proceeds to do a 450 off of the ropes onto the glass.
I don't think that's the dumbest move ever. Like, why are you doing that? Why would you? Why would you just use your feet stomping something with the glass in his back?
Nah,
you go back to belly.
Hey, yes. But yeah, we have the barbed wire, the glass, the staples, just whatever. This later on in the match, we seen Brian Cage come out to try to help out, try to help Swerve out in this. Of course, Brian Cage is affiliated with Swerve. He got wasted pretty good, pretty quickly, as Hangman was having none of that shit.
Yeah.
Uh, Prince Nana also caught one, getting driven through the table.
Yo, I first off, when it happened, I saw the ref go over there and say, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Like when he went through the table, like he didn't go. He went straight to him. Like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I mean, Nana's not just going through a table every day, so
No, just had to check on him. Like
yeah.
real. Like I know we got cameras and something's going
Yeah.
on, but you all right?
Yeah, you good? But this is when right then where that happened was where the cinder block spot came in.
Yeah.
There was one earlier. There was a cinder block spot, and then there was the cinder block spot. So the one earlier on was the Death Valley driver
Mm.
onto it from the apron, but this one was essentially the beginning of the end of the match here, where Swerve laid Hangman out, and then Hangman was able to beat the count. Well, not really, because Swerve decided, no, I'm just going to go ahead and end this one, and grabbed a chain and and essentially hung Hangman.
See, I'm glad it happened that way and not the other way
Yeah, I'm
around.
sure they were. Yeah.
They was like,
Yeah.
Hangman was like, "Well, I can hang you, Swerve." Swerve was like, "No,
Yeah,
no, we're
no.
not all getting canceled tonight."
Yeah, not today. But yeah, so essentially, um, Hangman gets choked out from the chain, unable to answer the count, and Swerve gets another win. So we don't 50-50 this thing. Swerve won both encounters against Hangman Page, and that is a statement win.
Yeah, my thing is this: Hangman wasn't committed. He wasn't. He wasn't
Okay.
committed to this. He came in strong. He came in trying to do work, but he didn't want that W.
And
He don't care about
that's
his family. That's
and
what it
that and
is.
that was the point that Swerve was making all those times ago. He said,
Mm.
Swerve said he's after the spot that they give Hangman, that Hangman acts like he doesn't want.
Yeah, he don't love his family. He don't love his children.
Nope, he's a
All that
piece of
just was
shit.
for show.
Yep,
Just for show.
he's a real fraud, Adam
Yeah.
Page. You're a fraud. But yeah, Swerve gets the win here, and yeah, bravo for this
Yeah.
match.
Then we got this match coming. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, next up was the Bucks versus Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho, the Golden Jets as they call themselves. What are your
Is it
thoughts?
mad that I just don't give two shits every time I see Jericho?
No, it's
I
not.
just
It's not. No. I neither do I. And
it's
the
just
story here is like, oh, Kenny is trying to choose between his friends in the Bucks and his tag team partner and Jericho. They were teasing Kenny at one point turning on Jericho during the match. He obviously doesn't. The match was okay. It was a match you would expect from Kenny and Jericho versus the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks and Kenny Omega did their thing. Jericho does
and
Jericho's
Kenny
thing.
Omega is such a better wrestler.
Yes, I
You
agree.
you carrying Jericho.
Yes.
Like cut that cancer loose. It's
But
a vaccine.
right now he ain't, because Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho defeated the Young Bucks, and now
Yeah.
they take the Young Bucks tag team championship match that they had in their back pocket. So now that belongs to Jericho and Omega. Jericho and Omega, will at some point get a tag team championship shot. The Young Bucks are descending into madness as they threw more of a tantrum here after
Mm-hmm.
losing essentially not only the match, their championship, but championship opportunity, but their compadre, their elite member in Kenny Omega. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, hopefully Jericho breaks a hip and
We don't
I
have
ain't
to
gotta
deal with
look
this
at him.
anymore.
I'll keep my fingers crossed.
It could happen. We had Adam Cole. This is our main event of the evening, because they were all night. All night they were like, it's Adam Cole is actually going to
Mm-hmm.
defend the championship. And I'm like, where are we going here? What is really going to happen here? But Adam Cole came out, did the whole entrance. We had Jay White come out. They announced this match, like the ring announcer announces this, like this is happening. And I'm like, what are we doing? Where are we going with this?
See, what happened? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank on a guy in a wheelchair.
Oh, Roderick Strong?
Strong. There you go. Jesus Christ. I'm like, I'm seeing it. I thought that Roderick Strong was going to come out.
I thought so too. I honestly thought we were going to I thought we were going to hear him before we seen him. I thought we were going to hear Adam. Yes. I was waiting for it. I wanted it.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Yeah, we did not get that here. We got
we get no Roderick Strong.
No, we got no Roddy Strong.
What are we doing here?
Exactly. Yeah, we got none of that.
They're not serious about neck health.
No. And you know what? That needs to be a promo.
Yeah.
The fact that they're not, AEW is not serious about neck health. But yeah, so we got the ambulance. Again, and as you said about the ambulance, you know, I hate the spots because it's been done over and over and over again where the ambulance comes back to the arena and it's like the person that was injured driving. How did you even do this? How did you get the ambulance?
Yeah. So as an ex-EMT,
you commandeered an ambulance and was able to make it all the way back to the arena
without no cops.
And you wrestled the match.
Yeah. My thing is this: if you have enough money to hire EMTs, like real EMTs, who can do the job and show you how it's done.
And it's been done. But
you still in an ambulance.
Yeah.
How you get the keys? So you in the ER. First off, you went in the ER that long.
Nah.
Like triage is at least an hour. You can be sitting for another hour.
Yeah, depending on how bad the night is, you might be waiting until
the
next morning. Yeah.
You bandaged up, but you ain't getting no MRIs.
No.
But I was still entertained though.
Yeah, no. So Adam Cole looks like he's about to do this match here, and then MJF
he's about to cry.
Yeah, because what are you going to do, really? You know, he's like looked like he was about to lose this title for MJF is what was about to happen. MJF does wind up coming out. They have the match. The story is MJF's knee. Jay White goes to town on this knee.
No, it's not the knee; it's the thigh.
Oh, the thigh. Yeah, thigh.
Thigh. Well, that's what they had bandaged up was the thigh.
Right. So, chop blocks and dragging screws and just working on this leg here. So Jay White was going to town. You had Adam Cole on the outside, just being MJF's biggest cheerleader, trying to just rally him up, try to get him fighting. And the majority of the match was MJF fighting from behind, just trying to get some type of momentum here for being previously injured in the night. Things are working according to plan for Jay White. He just can't seem to put MJF away. MJF, couple crazy spots here. The elbow drop from the top to the floor. Shit MJF does not do very at all. Which was pretty crazy. Then we had the cutter. Like he just jumped over the top rope and just dove out with the cutter on MJF on the on Jay White on the outside. This match was a good main event. Had the story behind it. So it was MJF coming from behind, MJF trying to persevere. Jay White just trying to put him away. You had Adam Cole. Will he? Won't he? Everybody's looking at Adam Cole like, you about to do something, or are you not
He
about to
ain't do
do something?
nothing.
Like, they had the false finish with the tag team championship. So Adam Cole looks like he's about to hit Jay White with the Ring of Honor tag team title, only for it to get snatched out of his hands, and he nailing MJF with the championship. And I was like, "There's no way!" Like MJF's coming. Like the match isn't ending like this.
No, not at all.
No, but that's one of the finishes. Also, they had the Dynamite Diamond Ring spot, which wound up actually playing into the end of it. Yeah, but you also, I mean, MJF and Adam Cole back and forth, with the FMF. Adam Cole was going to throw the
Mm-hmm.
towel in with MJF. I'm like, there's no, like, you're not gonna throw that towel in for like maybe like a 0.2 seconds. I was like, Adam Cole's gonna throw this fucking towel in here and just completely screw this whole shit. Like for like a split second, I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
they can't. I'm like, they can't. Um, Spoiler alert, they didn't. But the ref gets knocked out, and all that we had. But in the end, MJF used what brought him to the dance. He got that KO with the ring. MJF is still a scumbag.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no disputing that there. But he actually gets and successfully retains his championship against Jay White here. And then we get a happy ending between Adam Cole and MJF once again. No shenanigans, no chicanery, no.
I needed more. I needed Robert. I needed Strong coming out there.
Yeah, I mean, and we had the guns that came out. Guns got
Yeah.
involved towards the end of the match, but they were no help at all. MJF just completely got just
Yeah.
wasted them.
Yeah.
But he did nail Jay White and got the pin after the guns. But yeah, that was it, man. Like no Roderick Strong, no Kingdom, no playing off of that. Samoa Joe, of course, doesn't care. He's got a championship match in his back pocket, so it ain't like he's coming back out there to help MJF. Who the hell
No.
cares? But yeah, we got a good win there for MJF as he continues his championship reign, which is now at the 1 year mark for MJF and his AEW World Heavyweight Title reign, and he gets his belt back. So there's that.
I still wouldn't give it back to him.
So there's that. So that was AEW Full Gear. Like I said, really really good show. Top to bottom. I have a few dips, but which show doesn't? But yeah, all in all, I thought it was a very, very enjoyable pay-per-view outing for AEW. We got the Will Ospreay signing. We had the couple. We had the title change with the TBS Championship. We
Mm-hmm.
had a just show stealer match in the Texas Death Match between Swerve and Adam Page. So yeah, I would call that a win. I just wish AW had more of a momentum, more of a wider fan base other than the core fan base that would be able to enjoy and see this and further give them momentum that they need to progress, so to speak.
Yes.
But yeah, no. So that was Full Gear. Next
Wasn't
up, our
mad about
next.
it at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. Good
Yeah.
show. Our next show that we will be reviewing will be Survivor Series, which will be WWE's Survivor Series War Games match. We have two War Games matches set for that. Quick look at that before we get out of here for you guys. So the War Games males match for Survivor Series is going to be, for right now, it's going to be Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and Seth Rollins versus Judgment Day's Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and JD McDonough. How do you think this one's laying?
I don't. Cody Rhodes and his crew got to win. They
That's
got to
fair.
pull this one out. Like, because first of all, Rhea gave Priest leadership during Survivor Series. The whole squad's falling apart. Then they just bring in
Drew McIntyre.
no, not Drew. Before
Oh,
that,
JD. Yeah, JD
JD
McDonough JD's official. JD just became official.
now official, and then you got my man Drew, who does not like the bloodline at all. He's still holding that up. Like, come on, I like you, Drew. Grow up. Come on, get past this shit. You better than this. I appreciate I appreciate what you do in the ring, but you kicked Jay in the face. Like, we needed him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like what the fuck?
Like, come on, what the fuck are you doing? Hitting with the Claymore kick?
Yeah,
Or, I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, it did the Claymore.
But I think that it's gonna be Cody and them.
Okay.
You know, you're gonna have Cody's gonna be on the outside a lot. You're gonna have Jay in there getting his ass beat. Cause that's gonna happen.
Well, they're gonna be encaged, so they're gonna be, it's gonna be 2 rings, 1 giant cage, and they ain't no moving. There's no getting outside. There's no So,
but I think Seth gonna do work. It's gonna be Cody against Priest, Jay against Dominic, Zayn against JD. Seth's gonna pick up Finn and do work against Dominic, Finn, and JD. But I think the main focus is gonna be Cody and Priest.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be the main focus.
I can see that.
Because Seth ain't got nothing ready to prove right here. He already champion.
Yeah. He's just, right. Yeah. He's just kind of, it's kind of just like, Jay, Seth, Cody, Jay, Sammy, and Cody have this issue, and like Seth's just like hanging out. Like, I'll help out. Why not? Whatever. That's it.
And the more I watch Seth, the more I like it. Like,
which is good.
Yeah.
So Seth grew on you. So
a lot. I was I'm watching, and they got the I didn't realize I was coming out my mouth. I didn't realize the chant was coming out my mouth. I had to catch myself. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, what happened here?
And I'm just watching it, and I'm with the crowd chant. I'm like, let me cut this shit out.
That's awesome.
It's infectious.
It is. You know it is. Yeah, it is. So that's our men's War Games match. We also have a women's War Games match, which is going to be Damage Control and Bailey. Now at this point, Bailey, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Asuka versus Shotzi, Charlotte, Bianca, and now Becky Lynch. Here's our women's War Games match. How do we feel about the women's War Games match?
I don't think it's going to turn out the way everybody's expecting. I think they're going to turn on Bailey.
This might be the time. This might be the time.
During or after.
Maybe Bailey's the deciding factor. Maybe Bailey gets pinned or gets made submit. Maybe she loses the match for them, and then they decide to exit her out of the group.
Because
it's a strong possibility.
With Charlotte and Lynch, they 2 powerhouses right there. And then you got Bianca. She ain't no lightweight either.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Now, Shotzi, every time I see her, she getting slung around, thrown around.
Yeah, so it's no disrespect, but Shotzi is the weak link on this team. She's just kind of like, well, she's here.
But like the way Flair and Lynch be putting bodies down, Damage Control, they ain't winning this at all.
Yeah, so but it might look like Bailey. Maybe Bailey takes the fall, and everyone else just decides to
turns on her.
Just turns on her. There.
She gotta go. Like, first when she was talking on what's she on?
On SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
And she gonna tell a little boy to shut up. Like, Fuck you, heifer. Like, what are you do? Cause you want to that really irked me. Like, I don't know why that hit me. Like, don't tell a little boy to shut up. I can't stand her. They do.
Next up, we have for the Intercontinental Championship, we have a match that will intrigue you.
Mm-hmm.
Is going to be The Miz looking to dethrone Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship.
He might win. He beat Ivar in Raw. Come on. No. 9-time Intercontinental Champion.
And that's where he's going to stay.
Well, he's 8. He gonna get his 9th one now.
Nah, he's
crazy.
Not.
He gonna
this
show
ain't
Gunther
it.
out.
This ain't gonna be
Gunther
it.
out. It's The Miz time. I can see it.
It's The Miz time.
Gunther's gonna come in. He gonna be throwing them chops. The Miz gonna rally up. All his fans gonna get behind him, and then it's out.
All the fans that still don't know what to make of The Miz because he's a babyface now, and everyone's still very confused as to what the hell's going on.
I'm so confident. I'm gonna put money on it.
Don't do that. Devin's very biased with The Miz for everyone listening and watching. He's a Miz guy.
I like Gunther too, but he can't beat The Miz. Period.
And we have looks like we're getting Carlito versus Santos Escobar here.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I love Santos Escobar. But who the hell knows what's going on right now? Ray's out on the shelf, so we got some beef. Maybe Santos just begins to systematically destroy LWO before Ray gets back. I don't know. Why not?
I don't understand none of that. I don't.
And we have Rhea Ripley defending the championship against Zoe Stark.
Now I'm on the fence about this.
Really? Zoe's not beating Rhea. I'd be very, very, very surprised and taken aback. That ain't happening.
Something is just itching. Like, I think Zoe walks away with this.
Really?
I do. I don't know why. I think it's her time to get that W.
Yeah, I don't.
Now, is she gonna keep it long? Probably not.
Yeah, no, not yet. Not yet. This isn't. But it's not. It's us. No. It's still. We're still.
Now here's
Rhea's era.
Here's why I say why. We already got the issues that's going on with her people. Okay. You got that power struggle between her and Priest. She loses this W to Zoe. That means Priest could be like, yo, well, you lost a belt. You shouldn't be in charge no more with nothing. He already got JD and Finn behind him. The only one he got to worry about is Dom. And who fucking really cares about Dom? He can go. That's my thinking about it.
Okay. All right.
You know?
Interesting. All right.
I watch too much of this shit now.
you got your own theories and booking ideas. See, this is what happens, man. This is the world of someone who consumes lots of pro wrestling. You just sit there and just fantasy book and think and do whatever and bury the booking essentially. Play on that. See what I did there? No, but yeah, so that's right now what we have for Survivor Series. Before we get out of here, I want to thank everybody for listening to the Bury the Booking podcast. Please continue to listen or watch wherever you do so. Like, share, follow, subscribe. And thanks. Before we go, post-credit scene. Does CM Punk show up in Chicago next weekend at Survivor Series?
Go. We hope.
You hope?
We hope.
I don't think so. I don't think it's happening. I mean, you never know. But right now, my gut says it's not happening.
At least just be in the audience.
No, there's no way. They're either going to play Cult of Personality and that place goes fucking nuts, or whatever they're going to do, or it ain't happening. But right now, gut feeling it ain't happening. But we'll talk about it next week on the Buried in Booking podcast, whether or not we see that. But for now, we will see you guys next time. Thanks.